Hey guys, what's up? It's been a really busy month. I haven't had much of a chance to get anything done really. But I was looking at my channel the other day and noticed that I had a little over 100 subscribers now. So I thought that was somewhat of a little milestone in my YouTube career. So I decided that I would put up a video and give you a tour of my gear for this point of the year. So hope you like it, and thanks for subscribing, and hope you enjoy all the other stuff that I plan on putting out in the near future. So welcome to the tour of my stuff. Okay, now I figured by my stuff I would show you all my guitar gear related stuff, and I'm sure you knew that by the title of the video, but just in case. So I guess we'll start with my guitars. The white one there's actually a video up on my channel already about that, describing what it is and whose it is. That's actually my wife's. It's a Warmoth Strat. I bought the body and neck from Warmoth. I put it all together myself. So that was her. I always forget whether I gave it to her for a wedding present or like a birthday present. I can never remember. She'll correct me. But yeah, it's a really cool Strat. I'll put a link in probably an annotation. So if you want to know more details about this Strat, just click on that and it'll take you to the video I did. So number 2 over here is the acoustic. Yeah, there's a lot of stuffed animals and children's toys around because I have a 2-year-old daughter, so just try to disregard that. But this is an Epiphone. Let's see if I can get better light. There we go. So this is an Epiphone Masterbuilt DR500, and it's a really nice sounding acoustic, and I enjoy playing it a lot. I got it at a local music store, brand new, and it's cool. I went into the store and I played a bunch of acoustics before settling on this one, and I mean, I played $2,600 Gibsons, $1,200 Taylors, $2,000 Martins, and this one sounded better than all of them in my opinion. So, and this was, I mean, it wasn't a cheap guitar. I mean, it was still, I can't remember if I paid $600 or $800 for it, but it is a really nice looking and nice sounding acoustic. So that's that. So number 3 back here is this Squier J-Bass. It's a Classic Vibe series, and I got this for my birthday one year. We went to the store. My wife wanted to buy me something nice, and I had said that I wanted a 12-string, but the particular 12-string that I had played and wanted, they had sold by the time we got there. So rather than waiting for another 12-string to come in, I said, well, I always wanted to get a bass as well, so why not buy me a bass? And I'm not much of a bass player, but I enjoy it, and I like having the option, and it does sound really nice. I mean, it's a Squier, so it's not top of the line. There are a couple of minor issues I have with it, like the tuning pegs, for instance. They rattle. So they're kind of cheap, but I mean, when you play under amplification you don't hear that really. But yeah, it's a really nice looking guitar. I always love the shape of J basses, and I always love the sound of them too, so that was my reasoning behind this purchase. And it was a really nice gift. So Squier Classic Vibe J bass. And last but not least in my guitar catalog is my baby. And you've seen this before if you watch my lesson. I imagine most of the people that subscribed to this channel did so because of my rather shitty Silverchair lessons. But there you go. So this, if I can get it in view here, this is a Gibson Explorer Voodoo. And this is the first guitar that I bought that was expensive and brand name and high quality. And I've owned this since about 2003. And yeah, I did make a couple of modifications to it, mostly aesthetic, but those knobs there are not stock. I got them off of eBay. They're, I think they're black pearloid or black pearl or something, dome knobs. I like that. But when I went to put them on the first time, they snapped the pot shafts. So I had to get new pots for it. So I did buy a set of pots. Actually, I think I bought them right from Gibson. So, and I soldered them in myself. So the pots have been replaced, the knobs have been replaced. I still have the original knobs. The pickups are all stock. And the only other thing I did was I got this little baby here, the truss rod cover. That's an ebony wood truss rod cover inlaid with some sort of a red stone in the same skull pattern as the 5th fret. And I got that from, I can't remember the name of the guy. I think it's Shark Custom Inlays. I used to go on the Warmoth unofficial forums a lot, and I still do occasionally, but I don't go that often anymore. But he was on there and advertising his inlays and things like that, and I decided to give him a try, and he did a really good job. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. It looks good. And so yeah, my Gibson Explorer Voodoo. And I have had quite a few requests over the years, or inquiries as to whether or not I'm going to sell it. And so the answer's always been no. That guitar is pretty special to me, so I won't be getting rid of that. So, unfortunately, for those of you who might have been interested in buying it, sorry. So, that's my meager collection of guitars right now. I'm actually working on building another Warmoth. I bought a body blank, and I have the rough shape cut out, but I'm dragging my feet on doing the rest of it, so that's slow going. So, next up, I guess we'll go with the amps, of which there are not many. So, right here is my Marshall Zakk Wylde MicroStack. Right now, I only have one of the speaker cabinets here. The second speaker cabinet I lent to a friend of mine. It's still over at his place. So. And, yeah, it's a nice little home practice amp. Sounds really good. It's got a decent overdrive sound to it. And, you know, pretty simple controls. Pretty simple amplifier. I like simple. And served me well. It was a Christmas present one year from my parents and my sister. They had pulled together and got me that. So that was really cool. Amp number 2 is over here. I don't really use this much. But this is a Fender Studio 85. I think it's got a single, I don't know if it's a 10-inch or a 12-inch speaker. And it's all solid state. I mean, it's fairly cheap. It's an old amplifier. I actually got this for free. I was working as an apprentice mechanic, and I used to go next door to my work. There was a gas station there. I used to go there and get drinks and whatever on my breaks, and there was a girl that worked there who used to talk to me a lot, and she found out I was interested in guitars and stuff. She asked me if I wanted an amplifier, and I said, well, how much do you want for it? I didn't even know what it was. I just didn't have anything at that point. So she told me she'd give it to me for free because she was having trouble with her boyfriend or something, and he had left this there, so she was getting rid of it. I don't know, some story like that. But so I picked this up for free. Like I said, it's somewhat old. The knobs are kind of crackly on it, and it seems a little finicky, but it was a free amplifier. I can't complain, and it does sound good. Like I said, I don't play it much because it seems to act so finicky, but you know, it's one of those things where I have it here. It was free, and I've been planning on like taking it apart and trying to clean it up to get it, you know, in better working condition. I just haven't got around to doing that yet. So that's it for the Fender. And the only other amplifiers I got are these. I've built a couple of these so far. Actually, this is the third one I built. And this is a Noisy Cricket amplifier from Beavis Audio that I got the plans for it from Beavis Audio Research. Built it up myself and boxed it in this little tin. And I even put a little speaker in it. And so, like, you can have the option of just playing it through the little shitty computer speaker that I put in there, or if you plug in a speaker cabinet, it disconnects that little speaker, and then you can play it as a normal amp. And it's pretty awesome. Like I said, I live in an apartment, so low wattage is key, and this is half watt. So it really works out nice for, you know, practicing or anything in here without bothering the neighbors. So, like I said, this is the third one, and one of them I built was actually just a bass amplifier, a bass Noisy Cricket, I mean, and that one is with the second Zakk Wylde speaker lent to a friend of mine. And the third one I made is actually lent to another friend of mine, so they are pretty popular. I might consider making more of those. So that's it for amplifiers, and let's see what else I got. Let's move into pedals and electronics and things like that. So, you know, everybody's got one of these or something like it, but, you know, tried and tested. Not much else I can say about that. Let's see. Here's a Boss Hyper Metal. These have been discontinued for a while, I think. I got this at a pawn shop just after I started learning how to play guitar, because it was, you know, like 20 bucks or something. It was really cheap. And I've found over the years that it sounds really, really nice for like soloing or single note lines, but when you play chords on it, it sounds kind of nasty. You know, maybe you're into that kind of sound. Sometimes I can get chords to sound nice on it, but usually this is like a solo practice pedal, or like you know, some sort of just a simple, you know, if you want to play single note lines, this is really good. After that, Boss Super Chorus. Chorus actually used to be one of my favorite effects, and I mean, it still is. I like chorus. I'm a fan of the, you know, the 80s sort of power ballad kind of metal sort of music, so this comes in handy for a lot of that, because, you know, this is kind of a stereotypical sound for those kind of pieces of music. So I really like this. And I got this off of a guy on the Warmoth forums a few years ago for fairly cheap. And when I got it, the switch didn't work properly. It was very finicky. And I took it apart with the intention of, trying to see if I could do something with the switch and fix it. And I didn't know how to, I got it apart and I looked at it, and the switches in Boss pedals are kind of strange. I'm not used to seeing switches like that. So I didn't bother with it. I put it back together. And ever since I put it back together, it's worked perfectly. So I don't know what I did, but great. Next up, tried and tested Metal Zone. Very, very popular, and for good reason. It's pretty polarizing as well. You'll find people that hate this pedal, other people that love it. I think it does thrash sounds really nice, and it's really good for rhythm chords, things like that. And it's not bad for solos either. I mean, it's a good all-around distortion pedal. And so, yeah. Love that. Let's see. Got this a couple years ago, the Loop Station. I'm not really that good at using it right now, but I enjoy, as you've probably noticed, whether or not you've watched them. I put up solo practice videos where I loop some chords or some arpeggios or things like that, and just try to practice my limited solo skills over. So that's what I've been using to loop stuff and practice over it, and that's what it's good for. I mean, it's also good for people who can make up their own looped music, but I'm really not that good at that, so I use it for solo practicing. Holy Grail Nano Reverb. It's a really good sounding reverb. I'm not a fan of spring reverb at all, so I never use that setting. I usually have it set on Hall right around noon, and Flurb's not too bad, but it gets a little strange, especially at the higher settings. I apologize, there's friggin' cat hair and dust all over this crap. But yeah, it's a simple reverb pedal, one knob, it's hard to screw up, and you can get a lot of really good usable sounds out of it. So I enjoy that. Next up, MXR Carbon copy, and this is a great delay for the money. I got this because I was on like a little sort of a Buckethead kick, and I really wanted to learn how to play Big Sur Moon. And it's Big Sur Moon's more of like a digital reverb thing, but this or digital delay, sorry. But this handles that really well. It has a lot of really nice delay sounds in it, and that's why it's so highly recommended by a lot of different people. And it's not an expensive pedal either. I think I got it on sale and it was like $60 or something. So this is a really good deal. Highly recommended. Now those are the pedals, like brand names, that I've bought and paid for. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed a couple. Let's get to those. I got this for $20 off of like a flea market website. And yeah, I was very surprised. I just got it basically because it was $20, but really surprised at how good this pedal sounds. It's a really great sounding pedal for like solos or chords. I mean, it does a lot of the 80s sort of metal sounds really nice, and you can even roll it back, get some really nice overdrive sounds out of it. So for $20, this thing is awesome. And I think even now you can buy one brand new for like $40. So yeah, I would recommend that to anybody who's looking for a cheap distortion. That sounds really good. And last up of the pedals that I paid for is this beauty here, MXR Flanger. Love flange sounds, and this is really good at doing them. I got this used for the price of the small 2-knob MXR flanger new, so I think brand new these things go for like 140 or 150, something like that. I mean, I'm in Canada, so you can adjust however you like, but the little 2-knob one goes for about $100, and so I got this used for the same price as the 2-knob one, and yeah, I love this pedal. This sounds so good. The only thing about it is that it's an 18-volt pedal. You can see there's 2 battery boxes on the back, but that's no problem. They threw in the 18-volt adapter for free, so really happy with that pedal. So now I guess we'll get into the pedals that I made. This is the first one that I wet my feet on, and I put it. When I started with electronics, I was putting everything I did in little tins that I would find at thrift stores and things like that, which is great, but they're a little difficult to work with because of the lids and everything. So, but this one came out pretty good. All this is build your own clone confidence boost. So this is the first one that I ever bought and tried to build, and came out really nice. Sounds decent, and not much to it. It's just a boost pedal. So there you go. This is the second one I built. This one's kind of a piece of shit. I never could get the tin to fit properly because everything's just sort of crammed in there. I was really bad at laying things out. But this is a Bazfus, which I altered to have like a drive control, true bypass switch, LED, things like that. You know, simple modifications, but it came out all right. But I'm not really too proud of this one, so, but it is what it is. There you go. And this one is a Black Fuzz. I built that from plans on Beavis Audio. I don't really like this one. I mean, it looks alright in the case and everything, yeah, but it sounds pretty nasty. It's a really unruly kind of fuzz sound. I didn't really play much with it, so I didn't really explore the range of sounds you can get out of it, but just from the brief time that I've used it, I never really cared for it, so I haven't really explored it any more than that. But, you know, it's one more that I built under my belt. This one is just an Atari Punk console. It's not actually a pedal. It's just a noisemaker. And I put this in a Care Bears tin because my daughter's 2, and I thought she might be interested in having a noisemaker when she gets a little older, so that's going to be for her. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, this is really cool. It's I got the plans on Beavis Audio, and it's a true bypass looper. So if your amp doesn't have an effects loop, it's like an effects looper. Your guitar goes in here, the out goes to the amp, and you have a send and return up top, so you can put any pedals that you want. You can chain them in there, and the idea is if you like the sound of true bypass but your pedals don't have it, you can put your pedals in this loop, and when you have it bypassed, your guitar's true bypass straight to your amp. When you have it engaged, it goes through your pedals, and so that's the idea behind it. But this one has a feedback switch on it, which makes it sort of an unofficial clone of a Death by Audio Total Sonic Annihilation, and yeah, that's a blast to play with, just to see what kind of sounds your pedals can make when you feed them back through this. It's pretty great. So yeah, I love that one. That was a good build. Let's see. I got a little AB box that I made that's currently broken. I need to get around to fixing that one of these days, but yeah. More stuff I found on Beavis Audio, as is this, which is a Matsuman Valve Caster. It's a 12AU7 tube in it, I think, and it's nice sounding, sort of a light overdrive it's a light overdrive or a dirty sort of boost pedal. Sounds really nice. I'm really happy with it. And let's see, this is a clone of a Mad Bean lowrider, or not a clone. This is a Mad Bean lowrider. I bought the circuit board off of Mad Bean, or my wife did. It was a Christmas present one year, and I bought all the parts for it. Well, she did, and I put it all together and put it in a nice professional aluminum box and finished it. So I'm really happy with that. Sounds good, and I really like my foray into the finishing job. I think it came out nice. And let's see, this has yet to be finished, but I'm working on it. This is a clone of a Zvex Fuzz Factory, and I friggin' love this pedal. This is really, really awesome. Let's see. This is a clone of a Fuzz Hugger Phantom Octave pedal. So it's a fuzz pedal. I did a review of it and finally got around to finishing it. And I think that one came out really nice too. And let's see. This one here is a clone of Death by Audio Interstellar Overdriver. And this one and the last one I have to show you are really cool because I painted them with glow-in-the-dark paint, and it's kind of messy. I was rushing them because of the weather, but I really should have just postponed it. Anyway, it still came out really nice and really good sounding overdrive, and I'm happy with that. And last but not least is a clone of a Heartthrob tremolo, which I found on Tagboard Effects, which itself is based off of the Schaller tremolo, I think, but it's a really decent sounding tremolo pedal, and also painted with glow-in-the-dark paint because it had sort of a space theme, so I ran with it. Really happy with it. So I guess that's it. Oh, this is this giant thing there is it's another noise generator, like an Atari Punk console on steroids, but it's a Heterodyne Space Explorer. Sounds really cool. Yeah, put it in a Disney Princess box because I found it at a dollar store and it was the right size, so don't judge me. Anyway, this pretty much concludes the tour of my stuff for May 2014. It's been a really long video, so anybody that watched it this far, thanks for hanging in there. Thanks to everybody for 100 subscribers. Hopefully I'll be able to make another gear tour as my subscriber base slowly climbs. So once again, thanks for watching, guys, and hope you enjoyed it, and hope you enjoy the stuff I have planned to put up in the future. See you later.